Now this species you'll see all over the place. It's been very popular since around 2000. I mean, when I came in the 80s, we never heard of it, but it sort of became introduced after that. It belongs actually in Madagascar, oddly, but it's commonly used as a street tree. It's Terminalia mantaly. Terminalia mantaly. And it has this quite distinctive growth pattern, you know, where you can see the branches kind of, it has usually one central trunk running right up the tree, with the branches shooting out sideways, usually in groups. You can see there the branches kind of are in tiers as you go up into the structure of the tree. I mean, it's actually quite a good street tree. It's now planted too much, I think. It's too common. I happen to know about these trees because I planted them. Well, I didn't. I mean, the contractor planted them, but I was the landscape designer on this project that planted these trees. So these were planted in 2010. So here you can see this is 10 years growth. When they were first planted, they were 5.5 meters tall. So around about the same height as the footway there, halfway up the building. Now then, let's have a look at this. These are planted in tree pits. So this is what it's called, tree pits in paving. And actually, what's interesting here is you can see that the roots are running along. Look at that, underneath the blocks, the concrete blocks, and pushing them up, pushing some of the concrete blocks up. And that shows you that the roots, as I mentioned before, grow out sideways, right, just below the surface. They don't usually go very deep. The trunk of this tree has been battered many times because this is where they used to, not sure they do it now, but they used to constantly they used to at night fold up the newspapers and magazines before they were distributed around Central. So this tree's been repeatedly bashed into by trolleys and what have you, and the bark has been damaged many times, but the tree has grown back and the bark has grown back and covered up. You can see here where the bark has grown back over quite a serious wound on the side of the tree, and I'll explain that process later in one of the lectures. The leaves, let's have a look at this. Some of the leaves have fallen down to this funny shape, like a kind of spatula. Right, look at that. Kind of funny spatula-shaped leaves. You know, they're thin at the base and kind of rounded at the end. It's quite distinctive. Oh, and then there's a leaf, look, from the hibiscus tiliaceus. So we can see the hibiscus tiliaceus leaf, which has come off from one of the other trees nearby. Over there's the hibiscus tiliaceus I was just talking about before. So here we are. It's actually, I think, quite a good street tree because of its mostly upright habit. You know, if the branches get in the way of something, they can easily be pruned off without compromising the structure of the tree. So Terminalia mantaly.